So, have you ever landed on a business website and just thought, wow, this is great, while another one just isn't? What's the secret sauce? Well, it's definitely not just about looking pretty. Today, we're going to break down what really transforms a website from just a digital brochure into a powerhouse for your business. All right, let me ask you this to get us started. Is your website your best employee? I mean, seriously, think about it. A truly great website is on the clock 24/7. It never calls in sick. It's there to greet every single visitor, answer their questions, and, point them in exactly the right direction. If yours isn't doing that, it might be time for a little performance review. Here's another way to look at it, and I think this quote really nails it. Your website is your digital shopfront. Just like a brick and mortar store, it is the very first impression for so many people. It's your handshake, your welcome mat, and your most knowledgeable salesperson, all rolled into one. And that really brings us to our first big idea here, that digital first impression. In the world we live in today, that first click can either start a great customer relationship or end it before it even begins. Getting this right is absolutely non-negotiable. Okay, so how can you tell if your first impression is, well, falling flat? Let's talk about some of the most common warning signs. Think of these as the big red flags that tell you your website might actually be working against you instead of for you. First up, and this one is huge, mobile responsiveness. A good site, like you see on the left, just works. It looks great on a big desktop, a tablet, your phone, it doesn't matter. But a bad site? Oh, you know the one. It's that pinch and zoom nightmare on your phone. And what do people do? They leave. They bounce right off the page, and you can bet they're probably not coming back. Next up, navigation. The best way to think about this is like the signs in a store. Are they clear? Do they help you find what you need? Or is it just a confusing mess that makes you want to walk out? A good website has these clean, intuitive paths that don't just stop people from getting frustrated, they actually guide them toward making a purchase or getting in touch. And that leads right into user engagement. Look, if people land on your site and leave after a few seconds, that's what we call a high bounce rate, and it's a massive warning sign. A great site avoids this by using smart design principles, what the pros call UX, or user experience. It's all about making the site as helpful and easy to use as possible so people actually want to stick around. And finally, let's talk about identity. Does your website actually feel like your brand, or does it look like a generic template that could belong to anyone? See, a generic site just kind of screams, we took a shortcut. But a custom design that uses your colors, your fonts, that builds instant credibility. It shows the world you mean business. Okay, enough about the problems, right? We've seen what a bad site looks like. Now, let's flip this around and talk about the solutions. We're going to dig into the foundational pillars that really hold up a successful, high-performing website. So our source breaks it down into these 5 essential pillars, and notice how they build on each other. It all starts with a content-first strategy. Then you lay on top of that some simple, attractive templates, and make sure the navigation is user-friendly. Of course, it has to have responsive layouts for all devices. And then the final piece is tying it all together with custom integrations. Let's just zoom in on that first pillar for a second, a content-first strategy. This is so important because it flips the whole process upside down. Instead of designing a beautiful website and then trying to cram your text into the boxes, you start with your message. What do you need to say? Once that's clear, the design is built to support it. It's a total game changer for clarity and impact. Now, we mentioned this earlier, but it is so critical it gets to be its own pillar. Responsive design, it's not some cool feature anymore, it is an absolute requirement. This is what guarantees that every single person has a good, consistent experience, whether they find you on their giant monitor at work or on their phone while waiting in line for coffee. Okay, so we know the principles, but how does a site like this actually get built, from scratch? Let's pull back the curtain on the professional process and see how you get from just an idea to a fully functioning live website that actually works. This professional path to launch is so methodical for a reason. Every step builds on the one before it. You start with discovery. That's where you figure out the why behind the project. Then you move to wireframing, which is like creating the architectural blueprint. It's only after that solid foundation is laid that you move to the visual design. Then development is where the code makes it all work, leading up to the big day, launch. This process saves so much headache by getting the foundation right first. All right, and this is where it all comes together. This is the payoff. A great process gives you a great website, but what we really want is to turn all that effort into real, measurable value for the business. Let's look at how that happens. You see, a modern website isn't just one thing. It's really an ecosystem of powerful, specialized tools all working together. You might have your content managed in WordPress, your marketing automated with HubSpot, and your site protected and sped up by Cloudflare. A professional build makes sure all these different pieces talk to each other and work seamlessly to help you hit your goals. And this is why it all matters. This is the whole point. The end goal isn't just to have a website that looks nice. It's about getting found more easily online, creating real engagement with your customers, and at the end of the day, generating a better return on your investment. That's the real business case for doing this right. This quote from the source really just sums up the whole modern philosophy perfectly. Being a great web designer today isn't just about making things look good. It's this incredible blend of artistry, technical know-how, and a really deep understanding of business and marketing. It's about getting results. So, we'll leave you with one final thought to chew on. Go take a fresh, hard look at your own digital shopfront. Every single color, every word, every button, they're all telling a story. And the real question you have to ask yourself is this: right now, what story is your website telling the world about your business?